Governor Obaseki sounded a note of warning over the crisis rocking Edo PDP. The Governor Obaseki, insists that he's ready to face antagonists within or outside the state. Mr. Obaseki would drop the hint during a PDP caucus meeting in Benin City in Edo State capital, said the party has been properly harmonized despite some of the agitation and the grievances of some members of the party. Let's take a listen again to Governor Obaseki.
I have said it. PDP belongs to all of us. I am not going to leave PDP for anybody. Anybody who cannot accept my leadership of PDP in Edo State will leave PDP for us. It's as simple as that. And we don't like to boast. We don't like to talk too much. But you know where we're coming from. So whoever is backing any groups outside Edo State, I am pleading, leave Edo alone. Leave Edo State alone. Edo is not like any other state. Edo is Edo. I told you during our Christmas gathering that I will not do anything or commit to anything without sitting with each and every one of you and us agreeing what to do and where to go. I will not trade you behind you. So whatever it is, let us all come as one family, let's sit down and let's have a conversation and let's agree where we want to go. They've tried all sorts, but I say, look, we are battle tested and we are not battle weary. So let people know that nobody has a monopoly of fight. Fight is not good. It's not the way we want to go. To win an election, you need everybody to come together and work together. We have come to join PDP from APC. My name is God Win. I always win.
Interesting there. So let's now speak with the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Mr. Philip Shaibu, who joins us from the capital of Edo State, Benin City. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us tonight. Let me begin by getting clarification from you tonight. We're hearing and we understand that you have concluded plans to leave the PDP back to the APC. How true is that?
Hello, Chair. Good evening.
Yes.
Can you come
yeah,
again,
Your Excellency,
please?
I can hear you. Good evening. Yeah, I mean, we're hearing that you have perfected plans to go back to the APC because of the crisis in the PDP. How true is that?
You want me to say yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. For me, as Philip Shaibu, I have no plans now to leave. But for Philip Shaibu and his followers and the followers of Obaseki that left APC to PDP, they all plans to leave PDP. But to where, for now, I don't know. Why? Because we feel not accepted in PDP. And that is the reason why we are actually thinking that it is time to just throw the curtain and leave. But the truth is, the governor has been appealing, and you can see from the yesterday meeting, and some of us were not happy with the governor's statement saying that he's not leaving PDP. So for some of us, we felt we left APC because of the governor, not because we wanted to join PDP. We left APC because of the oppression that APC national chairman melted on the governor. And for some of us that hate oppression, we decided to jettison our relationship, even with the godfather then and another person, to follow the governor to PDP that the leadership asked that the governor should go. Having escorted him there, we have not been accepted into PDP. And for us, we are not telling the governor, it is either now or we leave. And
are you, Deputy, Mr. Shaibu, let me ask you, Governor Baseki has been your principal, and you've been working with him for 5 years or so now. Is it possible, because these are some of the issues that people have raised, there's a possibility that you would leave him in the PDP and move to another party? So is it possible that we see a Godwin Obaseki in the PDP and a Philip Shuapu, who is a deputy governor, in another political party? Is that possibility? Because the governor has said, obviously, that he's not leaving. And you have said repeatedly that you are not at home in the PDP because you feel that you have not been accepted and you have not been properly welcomed.
We followed the governor because of oppression, like I said, and we escorted him not because some of us wanted to join PDP. And we are in PDP now, and we expect that we will be integrated. And when I say we, not just Philip Shaibu, I'm talking about Aslem Ojezoa and the State Working Committee, the Ward Chairman and the Executive, the leaders of APC then, and all the well-wishers that left to join because of Obaseki. And we have been meeting, and we have said we need to be integrated. Aslem Ojezoa resigned his membership as chairman of the states. The other Ward Chairman resigned, other executives resigned to join PDP. As I speak, they've not been integrated. And we are talking about harmonization. They are refused to harmonize. And so for some of us, that means they are not welcome to PDP. So when you are talking, don't just limit it to Philip Shaibu. It's not about Philip Shaibu.
The harmonization, apologies to come in. The harmonization is the problem here. And so, just a moment, because the problem, they say, is that they gave you a vehicle, a platform to win the election, and you came and you sort of pushed everyone aside, brought you in your own structure, used the existing structure to win election without properly recognizing those who have held sway in the party over the years. The party was as strong for you to recognize it to use to win election. These are some of the issues that have been raised, the allegations against the leadership of Governor Baseki and yourself in the PDP.
Sheung, we are not saying dismantle and drive everybody and accept us. No. We are saying create room for Aslem Ojezoa, create room for Shawu, create room for X, create room for X. Just like we have done in the appointment in government. We've created space for the old PPP that we bet. They are commissioners. As I speak, in my local government, they have more slots. In the donut, they have more slots. So we are saying create the same opportunity for some of these our people. We are not saying all. For some of these our people that left, resigned their executive position, resigned their membership, give them also some slot in PDP. That's all we are asking for. And for me, I see myself alone in PDP. And I look left and right. I'm not seeing the guys that ask us to move to PDP. They are not being accommodated. It's not, don't limit it to Philip Shaibu. It's not about
if you might clarify, we've been using pronouns. You've been using pronouns to qualify the characters in play here. Can you tell us, can you give us names? Who are the people, when you say they, who are the they that you are referring to? Can you mention the names of, it does look like there is a pushback from some people. Who are these people that you're talking about?
If I want to question them, I will say the national. The national, because at the state level we have harmonized. We had an harmonized list as we speak at the state. Old PDP and the new PDP, harmonized list. That list needs to be ratified by the national. And the national have not ratified that list. Elections are coming. Who do we go to? If we are, some of our people that have ambition, some want to contest for House of Assembly, some want to go for rep and the rep. Who do they go to? Is it the harmonized or the old PDP? So as we speak now, we don't even know where to go. So we need the national to come and resolve these issues. And they've been moving the goalposts from one end to the other. And very soon, electionary will start. Who do they go to? So for us, we are tired of these games. And we want to know the harmonized list, is it the one we are following?
So let's clarify this, Your Excellency. So the problem is not locally; it's in Abuja. So I mean, if you may mention, is it the national chairman that is in the way, or the zonal leadership of the party in the South that is in the way? Because if you say locally you don't have a problem, then we need to understand where exactly the problem is coming from. Is that the zonal level?
Yeah, the problem is from the national level.
Maybe it's the national chairman of the party you're talking about.
Yeah, I will not want to blame it on the national chairman, but I also will blame him also because the issues are before him since he took over leadership. And he has not deemed fit to call for a meeting to resolve Edo crisis. These crises have been there for long. And we expected that the chairman and his executive will have settled down now to look at Edo, to resolve the issues in Edo. And he has not come. So partly, I will say the chairman and his executive.
But this problem predated the national chairman, the present structure. So if you are blaming the present structure, there will be the question that, I mean, this has been lingering even before the national convention, which brought Senator Yocha Ayu.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said, partly, I will say the national chairman presently, because we said we allow him to settle down. And I'm sure he has fully settled. And we expected by now, these issues will have been resolved. And that's why I say partly, I will blame the present leadership, because we expected that Edo will have been one of those first areas that they will resolve. But up to now, there is no way forward. We've been hearing the national chairman is coming. The governor have been assuring us the national chairman is coming. Last week, he told us he's coming. This week again, he says he's coming. I can tell you the pressure is much. And for me, I am not used to keeping quiet when my people are not happy. Because politics is all about the people.
So
politics is not about just an individual.
Yeah, I'd like you to, all right. I'd like you to also clarify this. There was an arrangement when yourself and the governor were moving to the PDP, I mean, ostensibly for the purpose of winning an election. Then there's agreement on the sharing formula. Sharing formula, I'm not talking about in terms of money now, but in terms of the position and the structure of the party. What was that structure that you agreed on?
By what the governor told me and by some meetings that I know I attended, there was no discussion on where and how things will be shared. Because you don't forget that as at the time we came in, everything was just fast. So after the election, that is when the governor now called everybody and said, now that we have won the election, now there is need to integrate, because there was no time for all this integration thing. And that's where the issue of harmonization came. But unfortunately, the then leadership could not finish before the convention. And after the convention, we were told after the convention, all the issue of harmonization would take place. And as we speak, nothing has happened. So there was no clear-cut definition of what was going to happen in terms of whether party positions, in terms of appointment. But on our own, we feel that the more the merrier. We met some persons in PDP. We cannot drive them. We are saying, open the door of our people coming. We are not saying, it will be very stupid of us to say, all of you get out. No. We are saying, let some of our, some persons resign as state chairman. Some people resign, 95% of APC executive moved to PDP. And we are not saying of belonging. Give them some space, some slot, just like we did in the appointment. That is all. So the national, Governor, this thing is in the hands of the national.
Yeah. Okay, so let's wrap up on this note. The accusation is actually that it's yourself and the governor that are not accommodating people that you met at home. And people have made allusion to the fact that you came to other people's home and they fed you, and when you are now, you were hungry when you came into the house. I mean, this is some of the scenario that was painted, that when you came into the house, after the feeding fat on their meal, that then you want to chase them out of the house. That is the allegation that they are making, that in fact you're the ones that have pushed them out. For example, where does this leave the former chairman of PDP in Edo State? Then where do you go from here?
Yeah, for instance, the state chairman, Tony Azegberi, is the chairman of PDP in Edo State. And he's still the chairman of PDP in Edo State. We have no issue about him. And there's no contest about that. He's the chairman, he's the state chairman. And there are other positions that are there. And when you look at the harmonized list, there are PDP, the old PDP are still having majority of this party executive. The new PDP are having just few, and they are refusing those few. Even those that we gave commissioners, that naturally you will expect, they'll say, okay, new PDP, replace them. They still brought old PDP to replace those that were giving commissioners. So for us, it's not about whether they gave ticket to the governor that is the issue. The issue is that we are ready to coexist. But we are saying to coexist, give some space to some of our people that ask that we should join PDP and resign their appointment. That is just it. And so it's not about issue of we want to drive anybody. No, we are not driving that. We want more people. As we speak, we are doing registration. We've registered over 500,000 people into PDP. So when they want to blackmail, they say you want to leave the party. It's not about leaving the party. But we are saying we want to be a member of PDP in full. And if there's no space for us, don't forget that there are many political parties.
Thank you so much, Deputy, the Excellency Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu, who has been speaking with us on the crisis rocking the PDP in Edo State. Thank you so much indeed for your time tonight.
Thank you, Cheryl, for having me.